Yeah, I'm watching this interview here with Bill O'Reilly interviews George Bush and asks him 15 questions about the Iraq War, WMD, terrorism, military strategy, Iran, and much more. And it's from 2004 before the election. And as I'm watching it, a couple of things have shown up. One, which I found pretty strange, was that the president seems to be following the polls in Iraq as far as how the people feel about how things are going, and everything's going fine according to the polls. But even though if you ask the president, does he follow the polls here and how these people feel in his own country, he doesn't follow the polls. And I just found that kind of humorous and strange a little bit. The president also brings up, after being asked why does he feel that the Iraqis are unappreciative of our sacrifice, after a poll was taken and only 5% said that they believed that it was the right thing for the United States to invade Iraq. And he says he believes things are changing, and that once that al-Zarqawi is taken care of and these Ba'athist extremists are taken care of, that things would get a little bit better, that things are getting better. And this is in 2004, things are getting better. And we just saw today, or I just saw today, actually it was yesterday, Bob Woodward was on with Tim Russett, and they said that actually the curve has been going upward, and that things are not getting better, they're getting much, much worse. And here we are 2 years down the road from 2004, al-Zarqawi is dead, and violence is escalating. So we wonder, you know, how it can be that our president, a person who is in the know, who gets these reports, we don't get these reports, we don't know, that it's getting better. What things are showing us that it's getting better?
10 million citizens in that country registered to vote, 40% of whom are women, which is a powerful statistic.
The South Vietnamese didn't fight for their freedom, which is why they don't have it today.
Yeah.
Do you think the Iraqis are going to fight for their freedom?
Absolutely.
You do?
No question in my mind they will. You bet. I was with Prime Minister Alawi yesterday. He is a tough guy.
The Iraqis are going to fight for their freedom. Would the Iraqis fight for their freedom if we weren't there? And I think that's the question that the other side is asking the Democrats. If we stay there, are the Iraqis going to raise up in arms and change the country? They didn't raise up in arms to change their government in the past. And many say, well, they couldn't, they didn't have the means to do it, blah, blah, blah. In another interview that Bill O'Reilly had with Michael Moore in 2004, which was also an interesting video to watch, he said that, Michael Moore said that, how do you deliver a democracy to another country? Do you do it with bullets? How have other democracies evolved or sprung up like ours? It was done from within. That's the only way democracy can happen. It happens from the people of that country rising up. And Bill O'Reilly said that we're helping them rise up, or the French helped us rise up from the British, and that without the French we probably would not have succeeded in doing what we're doing. And that was our Revolutionary War. And the French were doing that because they had just had their Revolutionary War, and you know, we're all in a revolutionary way and having a democracy and getting rid of kings and such. But here we are in another time where a dictator, I guess, can be seen as a king, somebody who has all-encompassing power, and so Saddam Hussein is seen as a king, and we are going to help his people overthrow him. But yet we're the ones that overthrew him. They did not do that much help until after it was all over, the dust had settled. President Bush had declared mission accomplished. And then they came forward to sign up for the army. Well, there wasn't much else for them to do. there was needs at home. If you have a family, if you have kids, you know that you have to have things. Your government gets overthrown by the most powerful government on the planet. What do you expect? You expect that that most powerful government on the planet is going to take care of you. And so you change your loyalty. You're not loyal to the king anymore because you have been overthrown by a new king. And you expect that that new king is going to take care of anything that needs to be taken care of. And so you join the army. You start helping rebuild. But there is this inner insurgency, these people who are in the inside going, we don't even want the new king. We didn't want the old king. And we are very grateful that the new king came in and overthrew. But we would rather have a democracy. We would rather be free. And freedom is not having another country, another occupying force running the show. That's not freedom. And they want freedom. So how does a country get freedom? First, you got to want it. President Bush says they want it. They want freedom. He believes that all Muslims, all peoples of the planet, desire freedom. And I am assuming that he's speaking of the freedom that we enjoy. The freedom to be able to do this, to talk and to communicate and to have the freedom to shop, or the freedom, we have the freedom to protest, even though now with this administration you got to protest within these set boundaries, but you can protest all you want. It's 3 miles from the event, but you can protest. But freedom. And he believes that all Muslims want freedom. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that religions, including the Muslim religion, including the Christian religion, don't have freedom, freedom to do anything. Are 2 gay people free to marry, Mr. President? Are we free to say, no, I do not want to kill that person in the name of freedom? Freedom is one of those things that I don't know if human beings know what freedom is. Because we are such a race of entities that our entire existence has been built on these people being free, these people not being free. It was the masters and the slaves.